All right, so next up, man, like I said, we're excited about this, man. I want to bring on John Chambers. Me and this brother go way back. This my brother. This my man. A&M alum, John
Okay.
Chambers,
Okay.
man. John,
Okay.
how you doing, man?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm doing great, Bruce, man. Good to see you, bro. Good to see
Man,
you.
you too,
Always
man.
good.
Man, me and you go back and man, got so many stories. A lot of them we can't tell on here, but
Tell one.
we have many stories, man. Many stories.
I like the
Man.
warning ahead of time. I'm the friend you don't,
Hey man,
Bruce,
we'll have
I'm
to
the friend
say
you don't
that
put on
for
speakerphone.
after the interview is over, man.
Yeah.
After the interview, man. But
man.
man, welcome to the show,
Because
man.
I want to hear some of those stories.
Right.
now.
That's why
Nah, you really don't.
We're trying to tell you.
No, you really don't.
Johnny,
So
I'm
yeah,
with you,
John,
man.
we're gonna have to talk about that
Nah,
off camera. We're gonna
Like,
talk.
got it?
Man, how you doing, John?
Man, I'm great, man. I'm glad to be here, man. Super excited. A little nervous, but hey, I'm glad to be here, bros.
Hey, nothing to be nervous
Right.
about, man. Out of all the stuff we've done in the past, like this is definitely nothing to be nervous about, man. You with family, man. So,
Okay.
just relax.
Yes, sir. Welcome, bro.
Yes, sir, man. So for those who don't know, man, please tell our audience a little bit about yourself and who you are, man.
Okay, no problem. So, government is John Chambers Jr. to be exact. I'm an Army brat, self-described. So what that means is my dad was in the Army at the time I was born. I grew up moving around. So before I was 17 years old, I had already lived in Germany for 9 years, lived in California, graduated high school upstate New York, all that moving around a very diverse group of people. But I had this desire to come home, right? So my dad's from Mobile, my mom's from Birmingham. I wanted to come back to Alabama to go to school. Wanted to, I grew up in that same era that you guys are probably from, when we saw Different World and Cosby Show and stuff. So, and the Rum Shaker video. So we were already kind of like,
That's childhood.
you know what I'm saying? We
childhood.
saw doing the butt, and we was like, yeah, that's what I want. I want to go to college like that, right?
Right.
So wanted to go to Alabama, narrowed it down to A&M. Best decision I ever made in my life, man. Came back home, made lifelong friends, man. Found myself, tapped into a lot of energy, and ended in a city that is actually, one of the fastest growing cities in the nation.
Yes.
Which is crazy. When we got to Huntsville, it wasn't like this. It was still cotton everywhere, and
Man.
It was, kind of a slower college
So
town
different,
for the most part.
really.
Yeah. So now, man, Huntsville's booming. It's a tech city. It's very innovative. It's on the forefront of a lot of different scenes. But I majored in communications. That's where me and young Mr. Nix, Mr. Bruce ran into each other. So, yeah, that was my partner, and we did a lot of projects together. We took a lot of the same coursework. We got some legendary performances where on the stage and stuff together. We'll save some of those Easter eggs for later.
Yeah, we'll have to save that for later.
Yeah, but, me and Bruce go way back, man.
Hey, they don't know that side of me, man.
They don't know. They don't know Bruce.
We need to find out though.
Right, yeah, we gonna find out.
Hey, they don't know about the private eye, John.
See, Bruce is a whole actor. Bruce is a musician. Me and Bruce, we got music together, man. I was talking to my brother recently about some of our tracks that we might bring back, man. So,
you said Bruce got bars?
Hey, man.
Well, Bruce was the bar guy. Bruce was the musician. Bruce was the guy.
Okay.
Yeah, we give.
I knew that part. Though.
Okay, I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
I thought you had. We give man. We used to be up late night in Bruce's apartment, with the keyboard and going hard, man. So, so I got into radio, and then me and Bruce bumped into each other again with that because he came to work at the radio station. We actually, he might have forgot this, but we actually wrote a radio play.
I remember that, man. It was like one of those, like, how Tom Joyner used to have like if they had like a skit or something they used to play, like a soap opera. That's what we did, man.
Okay.
Yes, we wrote a whole soap opera, man, and Bruce was Uncle Darnell.
Man. Uncle Darnell was like Eddie Kane Jr.
I can feel that. I felt that energy. When I heard it.
Yeah, man. So
was in tune with in character.
I worked in radio for about 12, 13 years. I did television for a little while. Started DJing around 1999, and into the 2000s, as Juvie would say. So, I lived in clubs for years. That was my passion for years. I was doing 2 to 3 nights a week, working with the radio station, doing big shows. Had the biggest, worked at the oldest black radio station in the state of Alabama, WEEP 103.1. So just, got to be a part of the culture, especially with the hip hop and R&B from that time period that's so precious to so many of us, that 1999 into the 2000s, into the whole Chins era. So
Shout out to Juvenile.
that was, yeah.
That was that time period.
Yeah, man, met Little John, and then when they was on the way up, met David Banner when they was on the way, when he was on the way up, 8-Ball NJG, like, was actually around that culture and caught the back end of Zap and Roger, being able to work open shows for them. So, came from the music, decided I wanted to grow up at some point, got married, had a child, and really stepped away, honestly, tried to do that kind of thing, but I had to be real with myself. And it was just like, I need to create, I need to express myself. So I had to figure out a way to do it different. Can't be out here in the club 3 nights a week no more. Can't, I have no desire to, don't have the energy. Don't, it's just a lot of things. Things have changed. The music's different. So what I've been doing lately in Huntsville is carving out my own niche. So I started my own company called Sound Mind Performance Network, which is basically, me and all of the spokes, me as the centerpiece and all the spokes of my wheel, bringing together wellness on various levels, whether that's financial, mental, spiritual, bringing in the actual culture, trying to retain and save the recipes as far as these stories that we joke and play about, but a lot of us, are leaving and these stories leave with us. So trying to preserve the culture as gentrification happens into a lot of our areas and places we grew up, get wiped off the map. We need somebody to preserve those. So that's part of my mission. Just communal situations. So that's what I'm here today is, bringing out a new way to do that is to, like, how can we get back to some of the old ways, that we grew up being communal as people, but then kind of do it in a different way.
Yes. Totally. Now you have a new venture. Like you've partnered with a cinema up there. I think it's independent. Is it Independent Cinema?
Yes, sir. So it's called The Independent.
The Independent. I'm sorry.
The Independent. Yes, The Independent.
You
and
partnered
it's literally
with them and started something called B.O.M.B Cinema. Can you tell us what that is?
Yes, sir. It's B.O.M Cinema, B.O.M.B, bringing our memories back. So basically, what I'm doing is curating movies that we grew up watching. We know the words to. We know which the punchline is already. But then also it gives some of us an opportunity to watch things that, we get judged because we never saw. I know when I met my wife, she like really judged me because I had never seen the 5 Heartbeats in its entirety, right? So I see y'all. Don't judge, bro. Don't judge.
Wait, come on, Johnny, man. Come on. This part I've never known.
We got to cut this interview now. Man. We got to go watch some movies. We got to go watch movies, man.
That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
But that's the thing. John watches movies. We were like, look, we were movie heads. Like, so we watched movies. We could quote like any film and all this kind of stuff. But all this time, man, I never knew that you had never seen the 5 Heartbeats, man.
I'd never seen it, the whole thing. I'd watch it in pieces. And the same with Temptations, right? So she made me sit down one day and watch them back to back.
Wow.
But
thank you for your wife.
Right.
I'm thankful for her. But I made her watch Crush Groove and The Last Dragon. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I mean, we all have those pockets that we miss, right? So
that's true. Yeah.
Independent is actually, speaking of like a relationship, it's like a husband and wife started this. This is their passion. This is their dream, was to have an actual independent cinema. So the way I came across them was scrolling on Facebook one day, and I saw Trading Places posted to play. And I was like, no way, man. That's my favorite.
I know.
That is my favorite
Billy Ray Valentine.
Capricorn. Billy Ray was a Capricorn, man. Like
cargo.
Yeah, man. So I came to the movie. It was like last minute. I came by myself. There wasn't enough time to get anybody together. Got some popcorn and a couple of drinks, sat and watched and laughed. After it was over with, had conversations with a couple other people that were here. We were telling Easter eggs and little tidbits and stories. And I had already had this idea from a previous event that I did. I was doing some sipping paints last year, where I was theming them after, different music or certain movies. I did a Sinners inspired sipping paint, where I did a juke joint situation. I served food that was from that time period. I curated blues music. We painted some blues style stuff. And so I had already been talking with the owner. Unfortunately, that business had went down. So I shoved that. I was like, okay, I'm gonna find another venue. But after I came here, I was like, man, this is it. It's a very dope space. I'm in the lounge right now. There's 2 lounges here. It holds about 70 people. There's a concession stand. So it's small enough to be intimate, but it's big enough to, be bigger than your living room or your backyard or
Right.
something like that.
Mhm.
Right. So and with this it's very different because there's not only going to be like the classic films that are going to be played, but there's also music that's a part of it as
Yes.
well, right?
Yeah, for sure, man. Anybody that knows me knows I love music. I mean, we can still reach back to
Mhm.
our parents and our grandparents' music.
Yeah.
We were raised with hip hop. Hip hop is our cousin. We were literally slept in the bed with hip hop, so we grew up with it. And we got to see what it evolved into. And I think a lot of us remember that time period, that sweet spot between the 90s and the early 2000s when the soundtrack, you had to respect the soundtrack. I mean, the soundtrack was on the radio. The soundtrack was life, in certain movies that have that soundtrack.
Yes.
Or just we know the music in the background, even just the music that was commissioned for that film.
Yep.
We could sing Soul Glow word for word, and that wasn't that wasn't even a real song. So, with that being part of my passion, and that's kind of I would say the spine of my organization is music, because I feel like that's what reaches people, even if you don't understand that language. I mean, how many of us drive to work selling dope in our head because we listening to Jeezy and we ain't never bagged up nothing but groceries, right? You feel it, and it puts you in a certain mode.
They
so
hit
for
my
me,
soul, hit my soul.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Then I'm gonna put on some Kurt Franklin or John P. right after, right? So I mean, that's who we are as a people, and I wanted to capture that. So, and I love a good conversation. So the way I've got it set up is it's gonna start with a slight conversation, 10, 15 minutes. I'll have a couple people on the panel. I'm formally inviting you, gentlemen, at some point to come up and be a part of that.
We
So
have to be a part of it.
Yeah, got to, man. And it just be some basic questions, maybe some testimony as far as like, why is this film important to you? Do you have any memories that you want to share? Do you remember, where you were? Then we'll watch the movie. Now I'm gonna tell you about watching the movie, okay? This is our dream. This will take you back to, like I said, I don't know y'all background, but Bruce and I went to A&M and we only had one TV at one time on the whole campus with cable.
That's facts.
Right? You can look at this up. This is in the late 90s. There was only one TV in the students.
Like you wouldn't even believe, man. Like, not only saying that, but the dorms.
Yeah.
It was like you were in Oz.
Oh, really?
I kid you not.
Man.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but, I mean, they've upgraded a lot since.
Yeah.
But man, like open showers.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Oh, y'all in the military.
No stalls.
Yeah.
No stalls on the bathroom. No stalls on the bathroom door.
Oh, man.
No doors on the bathroom stalls. I'm sorry.
I literally shed tears when my folks dropped me off, man. I was like, I wasn't used to that, but
it was
crazy. that was the thing of comfort, was we would all meet in the student center. In between classes, you go there and wait, and BET would be on. We'd all come and watch, Rap City or whatever movie was on. We all would watch it, but it was like we're still at an HBCU, so we was doing us. So people was talking and laughing and ad-libbing. Somebody might jump up and start dancing and whatnot. And so I wanted to bring that vibe actually to the cinema, to where
dope.
there's no reason why, if we already know he's gonna say $40, that we don't all scream it, right? Or whatever line that's gonna be the punch in. It's like we all know it, so we might as well say it. Or how are you gonna sit through "Is a Heart in the House Tonight" and not sing it if you want to, right?
Right.
So that's gonna be the vibe that's the vibe, man. That's the vibe I'm trying to encourage, is for people to be able to just indulge and have a good time and interact. So what I'm calling it is social cinema, because we got the talk piece in the beginning. We're going to cut up during the movie. Afterwards, I'm going to jump on the ones and twos, play a little light background music just for the vibe. And people are going to be welcome to stay. It's not necessary, but people want to mix and mingle. They want to walk around and, network even. However you want to play it, it's here for you for about, a short time period, unless, we just decide to keep kicking it. And depending on the film, I do plan on maybe having that after set extended to a legitimate party. But right now, it's just talk in the beginning, watch, interact, afterwards, mix and mingle, and go on.
Man, that is dope, man. That is so dope. I mean, just sitting here listening to you describe the atmosphere and the vibes you're trying to set, my mind is running with so many ideas for things, man. I mean, it is crazy. I mean, that right there, I can't even say one in a million. That is something that nobody knew they needed, but we all need. That is amazing, brother.
Johnny,
I appreciate
it's culture. It's culture,
Yeah.
man. And that's something that's we needed right now. Like you said, Johnny said, we need that at the time where you can see it's being eliminated from the time we living in right now. History, everything's taken away. It's like you fight to get it right back, get that essence right back into cinema and in music.
And I think we have to. I mean, we're at a point now where if we don't make a stand, you know, like this is our civil rights movement to a point. I mean, we have to put our foot down and say we won't be erased, we won't be forgotten, we won't be, you know, disrespected, and we have to bring back, you know, whatever it is that makes us. Our children make fun of us, and oh, you were raised in the 1900s, you know, all this kind of stuff, and back in the day. But I mean, they're going to be looking for that at some point.
No, definitely.
Yeah, and that's why I use the analogy of like we're losing recipes. I think Shannon Sharp had spoke on that one time.
Yeah.
Like as we grow up, I mean, literally our grandmother's recipes. A lot of that stuff wasn't handwritten down nowhere
at all.
It's just passed down from generation. And so if we don't show how, you know, if nothing else, we're going to figure out a way to make it. And like I do a blues show once a week on WJAB now at the Alabama A&M University. Sitting back listening to them old blues records, Howlin' Wolf and Muddy Waters and that generation, man, and just listen to the stuff that those guys were talking about and not being able to understand it as a child, but now as a grown man listening, like that was their therapy. That was, you know, that was all they had back then was church. And then they created, you know, the juke joint scene to kind of, you know, loosen their collar, be able to drink some whiskey and grind a little bit and yell and dance. And so, you know, that's who we are, man. We're going to find us a way to whether it's just one TV university to all come together. We're going to make church of our own.
That's right.
One way or the other, whether it's a piece of cardboard and we spin around on it or, you know, double dutching, like you can put us in whatever situation you want to, but we're going to find a way to smile and love on each other.
Right.
Cinema is one of those last things where people can think about it. You walk into a room full of strangers. It's dark and you sit there and you go through a full gamut of emotions. You might laugh, you might cry, you might hate, you might love, and then you walk out of there. And whoever that person is sitting next to you, you're going to see who that person really is based on that hour and a half that you spent.
Man, you're exactly right. Because that's one thing I always say. There's nothing like the cinema experience, man. Just going there, you're with a crowd of people. And I think we've all been there when we've gone to the theater and we've seen like whatever the film is. Like just go back to when we were watching Black Panther.
Oh man.
Like that experience. Like when you go in there and everyone in there is just full of pride and just everyone's cheering at the screen. It's just, there was nothing like that experience. And then when you add music on top of it, what you're talking about, John, is something that brings people together. The cinematic experience and music, those are two things that really, truly bring people together, man.
Exactly.
I'm glad you mentioned Black Panther. Just to, you know, shout out my homie T Large, one of the homies up here, man. He's part of my DJ crew, 5B and whatnot. I remember when Black Panther first came out, his wife and him organized like a outing of couples. And I remember being a part of that. And it was probably 10 to 15 black couples, man. And we all went to go see Black Panther together and understood the assignment. Like nobody said dress up, but everybody showed up in all black or African inspired stuff and stuff like that. And so that just goes to speak to, you know, that's who we are. Like that's something that we love. So there's pieces of this that I definitely drew inspiration from seeing, you know, different panels and being on panels or going to different movie experiences. We actually have a film festival here in Huntsville called the Southern Fried Film Festival. And it's a black woman who puts that on. She's put that on for several years now.
Okay.
And I came to the one last year, was actually in this facility. So I'm in Low Mill. This is where the location is in Low Mill, which in the early 1900s, this was a factory. I think they did shoes here. So they've repurposed this factory into a creative space. So it's 3 stories of nothing but artists.
Wow.
So you have everything from people that make quilts to puppets to paint to, you know, whatever. There's a Dungeon and Dragon kind of shop where you can paint your own little things.
Wow.
There's they do concerts on the back dock out here. So this is one of the nation's biggest repurposed like art centers. And this is where this is a place for creators to come and do their thing.
Wow.
That's
so John, a couple more questions for you. Like what do you hope comes out of all of this?
My goal, man, is just to make this another thing, basically. Like I want this to be a signature for the city. As I said, Huntsville is growing. So I have a lot of respect and love for the native population, the people that were born and raised here, the transplant population generation that I came from, old school. We went to UH or A&M or Oakwood, and we stuck around and made this our home. And then we got new people coming here in floods. They're talking about moving the space center
Command
here.
center.
Yeah,
Yes.
base space command here. The FBI has already moved here. Amazon, Meta has built a facility here. So Huntsville has become a melting pot, basically. But I want to kind of put our flag down and be like, okay, this right here is us. It's us right here. And I want those pockets to exist all throughout the city. And I want to inspire that to do that in whatever community. So whether that's Andalusia, Eufaula, down to Mobile, San Francisco, San Antonio, like I know people are going to see this and somebody else is going to do it, and that's fine. And if that's my contribution to, that the history or the culture, then hey, I'll take that, man. That's a great legacy to leave. But I want this to be inspiring to people to do something else too. Like, okay, what do you want to do? Do you want to refurbish BMX bikes and we go ride those on Saturdays? And it's all about B.O.M.B, man, bringing our memories back, like bringing back what made us who we are and being able to pass that on.
Awesome. One last question for you, John. So when people come out to see the B.O.M.B cinema experience, will they get a monologue from Coolie High from you?
That's an inside joke. So that was my, like I said, when Bruce and I were.
I don't even know. It sounds funny to me.
So Bruce and I were in this class at A&M, an acting class, and that was our final project because we had to do a monologue or a soliloquy, like just a standalone scene.
Yeah.
And I did Coolie High. I did the scene where Preach at the end. Yeah, at the grave before he, went off on his own. That was mine. Now he gonna throw me out there, but he.
So Bruce, is this when you did?
Hey, be cool, man.
Get him.
No. You've done all the talking. You're gonna let John talk now. So John. So was this when Bruce did Coming to America?
Yes, this is when Bruce did Reverend Brown Coming to America.
Yes. Please share your experience, John. Tell us your story.
Bruce had the suit. Bruce had the wig.
Okay. Because he only shared part of it with me. I want the whole story.
That's what Bruce is, man. Bruce is only going to give you,
Oh, yeah. He only going to give you just a little bit.
Yeah. He's a deep brother, but, he don't going to let you in the kiddie pool. So.
That's right.
But I'm glad you mentioned that, though. I will say this. So the first movie that I'm going to do is House Party.
Oh, man.
Good start.
So
you
guys got an invitation now. House Party. I'm going to set it off at House Party. I want us to create, good vibes, start off light. Like, I'm not necessarily trying to stay just in that particular vein. I want to get into some very deep pieces eventually. But to start off, let's start off with good vibes, fun. And nobody knows, but my second one here is going to be Coming to America.
Man.
Okay.
Well, hey,
we definitely got to
look forward to it. We look forward to being a part of it.
We'll be there.
We'll definitely be there at some point. We all will make an appearance.
Yes.
Yeah, we will be making a trip to Huntsville. So if you're in the Huntsville area, even if you're not from the Huntsville area, please check out the B.O.M.B cinema experience.
Yep.
Man, I think it's going to be something that we all will be able to go enjoy, watch some great films, hear some great music, and just hang out with people, that like the same things we do,
Be part of the culture.
That's it. That's it.
Like-minded people. And I'm giving y'all some heads up too. So if you want to come dressed in the time appropriate pieces or just like your favorite person, that is encouraged also.
Awesome.
So I need to see Reverend Brown come back.
Hey, we'll see. Hey, if Preach makes an appearance, then Reverend Brown can make an appearance,
There it is.
Hey, John, one more thing, man. Hey, I got to shout out Sean D'Angelo because this is one of his, man.
Yeah, big thanks to Sean, man. Growing up in the hood, my homie, man.
That's right. Hey. Sean Sledge, man. Shout out to you, man. But, man, it's the B.O.M.B experience. John Chambers, a.k.a. Ghon Bomb, Johnny Smiles in the house with us, man. Thank you for joining us, John.
Hey, good to meet y'all, man. And Bruce, good to see you, brother.
Good to meet you too, brother.
Yes, sir. Love you too, my brother. All right, y'all.